Welcome back to the show. You are listening to Fix the Funnel with GAfix.
That's right.
This is episode 2, and I have to say, looking at what we're about to get into today, I am genuinely buzzing.
It's great to be back. And you're right, this stuff it's incredibly practical, but the implications are huge.
So let's set the stage. We are not just guessing today. We are looking at data that comes from over 1,000 GA4 audits.
1,000, that's a massive sample size.
Right. And the team at GAfix looked at all this data and they found these patterns. The same 5 issues just kept popping up over and over and over again.
Which is fascinating, because at that scale, you stop seeing individual errors and you start seeing systemic problems. You see where the tool itself is tripping people up.
Exactly. And normally this kind of insight is, locked away. It's the cheat code list you pay for.
Yeah.
But today, we're getting it for free.
We're giving away the cheat code.
And the stakes are high. Because if these 5 things showed up that often in over 1,000 audits, well, the odds are pretty good that you, listening right now, you probably got at least one of them.
At least one, hiding in your dashboard.
That's the scary part. You think it's all running fine, you see the graph going up, but there are these invisible gremlins just messing with everything.
Yeah.
So our mission today is to shine a light on them.
Let's do it. No fluff, just the fix.
Okay, first one, and this one. It feels like such a rookie mistake, but apparently it's everywhere. The inflation problem, we're talking duplicate tags.
Oh, this is a classic. It sounds almost too simple, but the impact is profound. The source material is clear. The most common mistake is just having your tracking code on the website twice.
So it's like you're seeing double. The source says it makes one visit look like 2, but okay, play devil's advocate with me. My traffic looks double what it is. So what? Looks good on my report, right?
It looks good for your ego, maybe, but it's terrible for your business. Let's really think about that one visit looks like 2 idea. If I visit your site once and GA4 counts me twice,
My baseline is broken.
your entire baseline of truth is shattered from moment 1. And think about the downstream effect of that. What happens to your conversion rate?
Oh, right. Conversion rate is sales divided by traffic. So if the traffic number is fake.
If the traffic number is doubled, your conversion rate gets cut in half.
So you're looking at the dashboard thinking, why is nobody buying? Our conversion rate is terrible.
When in reality, it might be perfectly fine. You're dividing by a fantasy number. You end up trying to fix a problem that doesn't even exist.
You're counting ghosts.
Precisely. You are making decisions based on hallucinations.
So how does this actually happen? I mean, are people just copy-pasting the code in twice by accident?
Sometimes. But usually it's a bit more subtle, like someone hard-codes the Google tag directly into the site's header. Then 6 months later, a new person comes in and installs Google Tag Manager.
And Tag Manager also fires the Google tag.
Boom! Double counting. One from the code, one from Tag Manager. And suddenly your page views are doubled and your bounce rate drops to almost 0, which is another huge red flag.
Okay, so if I'm paranoid now, how do I check?
The easiest way is the Google Tag Assistant extension for your browser. Enable it, refresh your page. If you see the same measurement ID, the G- number show up twice,
You've got an inflation problem.
you've got clones.
Okay, check for clones.
Yeah.
Step 1.
Yeah.
Now let's move to the second mistake.
Yeah.
And if the first one was about seeing too much, this one is, well, it's about seeing nothing at all. The 0 nightmare.
This is the one that causes immediate panic. We're talking about missing conversion events.
Yeah, the source puts it so bluntly. It says, even if people buy, GA4 shows 0 conversions.
Just imagine that. You've spent thousands on ads. You know you're making sales. You can see the money hitting your bank account.
There's Shopify notifications going off on your phone.
Right. But you log into GA4 to see which ad drove those sales, and the conversion column just says 0. A big fat 0.
It's maddening. You're flying a plane with no instruments.
And it makes your analytics totally useless for its main job, which is attribution. It's about knowing what works. If you aren't tracking that final purchase event, you can't measure your return on investment.
But why does this even happen? I feel like people just assume GA4 is smart enough to know that a thank you page means a sale happened.
And that's the trap. It isn't smart in that way. It's a blank slate. GA4 has no idea that your order confirmed page is important unless you go in and you tell it.
So if I don't flip that little switch in the settings to mark as conversion,
then $1 million sale is just another page view. It's the same as someone looking at your About Us page.
that seems like a massive hurdle for beginners.
It's a configuration step you just can't skip. I've seen clients who are literally about to turn off their best marketing campaign. They said, We spent $5 grand on this, and GA4 says we got 0 sales.
So they were about to kill their golden goose.
Exactly. We went in, fixed the conversion tracking, and it turned out that campaign had the highest ROI of anything they were doing. They were hours away from shutting down their main revenue driver.
All because of a toggle switch. That's terrifying. Okay, so number 3 on the cheat code list. This one's sneaky. It's the attribution thief. Broken referral exclusions.
This one is so frustrating for marketers because it steals the credit for your hard work and gives it to the wrong person.
So walk us through the scenario from the source. It's about payment gateways, right?
Right. So a user clicks your Facebook ad, they come to your site, they add a product to the cart, and they click checkout. Then your site sends them to Stripe or PayPal to pay.
Okay, so they leave my site for a moment to enter their card details on stripe.com.
Correct. And once they pay, Stripe sends them back to your site to the thank you page.
Seems fine. Seamless user experience.
For the user, yes. For
Yeah.
GA4, it's a disaster. Because when that user lands back on your site, GA4 sees them coming from Stripe.com and says, oh, a new visitor from a new source. Let's start a new session.
Wait, a whole new session just for paying.
A whole new session. It closes the one that started with your Facebook ad and opens a brand new one that starts with Stripe.
So who gets the credit for the sale?
The last click, which is Stripe.
So my Facebook ad gets 0 credit, and Stripe, which is just the cash register, gets all the glory.
That is the attribution thief. You look in your reports and it says your top traffic source is Stripe.com referral.
Which is completely useless information.
It's worse than useless. It's misleading. You might turn off your email campaign because you think it's failing, but really, Stripe just stole the credit for all its sales.
This all comes back to making bad decisions because of bad data. So how do we fix it?
You have to go deep into your data stream settings and find something called List Unwanted Referrals.
Unwanted referrals. I like that.
And you just have to type Stripe.com, PayPal.com, and any other payment gateway in there. Then GA4 knows to ignore them and keep the original session alive.
Okay, on to number 4, the case-sensitive trap. This one feels a bit nerdy, but I'm guessing it matters.
It really matters, especially when you start automating things. See, to a human, add to cart and add to cart mean the same thing.
Right, the intent is identical.
But GA4 is a machine. It's literal.
Hmm.
The source gives this exact example, add to cart with underscores, and add to cart in camel case. To GA4, those are 2 completely different events.
They don't know each other.
Not at all. So in your reports, you get 2 separate rows, one for each.
So you're splitting your numbers. If you want to total, you have to do manual math.
Which is annoying, but the real problem starts when you feed that data into another tool, like Looker Studio.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
You automated reports.
Right. If your report is built to look for add to cart, it's going to completely miss all the add to cart data. Your dashboard will be wrong, and you won't even realize why.
It's like a messy filing cabinet. It just creates unnecessary work and opens the door for huge mistakes.
Exactly. And it usually happens when you have different developers working on the site over time. One likes snake case, the other likes camel case.
And your data pays the price.
Yeah.
So the fix is just pick one and be consistent.
Pick one and ideally stick to the GA4 recommended format, which is all lowercase with underscores.
All right, we're at the final mistake. And this one feels serious. It's about legal risk, the compliance gap.
This is a huge one. The source is very direct here. Your GA4 could still be tracking users who didn't agree to cookies.
Whoa. Okay, so I see those cookie banners everywhere. I click reject all. Are you saying that button might not actually do anything?
In many cases, based on these audits, yes. The banner is there, it looks legit, it has all the buttons, but the wiring behind it isn't connected to your Google tags.
So the banner is just for show.
It's a decoration. The user clicks reject, the banner goes away, but the GA4 tag just fires anyway in the background.
That is not good. That sounds illegal.
Well, it's non-compliant, for sure. You have the accuracy problem because the data isn't reflecting user consent, but the bigger issue is the legal one.
GDPR, all that stuff.
Exactly. GDPR in Europe, CCPA in California. Privacy laws are getting stricter everywhere. If you ignore a user's choice, you're capturing data without permission. That's a real liability.
So the fix isn't just installing a cookie banner.
No, the fix is auditing the wiring. You have to use consent mode correctly and verify that when a user clicks reject, your tags either start firing or they adjust their behavior to respect that choice.
Okay, so that's the list. Duplicate tags, invisible sales, stolen attribution, messy names, and a compliance gap.
It's quite a minefield. And remember, these are the top 5 from over 1,000 audits. These aren't rare problems.
That's what gets me. None of these are super complex coding errors. They're all They're setup and configuration mistakes.
You've hit the nail on the head. That's the so what here. GA4 is not a simple plug-and-play tool. It's an enterprise-level database that you have to configure deliberately.
It's like being handed a race car. You can't just turn the key and expect to win if you haven't set it up for the track.
That's a great analogy. People just install the base tag and think they're done. But the default setup is often broken in these 5 specific ways.
And if it is, you're making decisions based on hallucinations, not reality.
That's the bottom line. Bad data is worse than no data. It gives you a false confidence to drive your business straight into a wall.
So practically, what should people listening right now do?
Run your own mini audit with this cheat code. It'll take you 10 minutes.
Okay, what's the checklist?
1. Use Tag Assistant to check for your GID twice. 2. Do a test purchase and see if it shows up in the real-time report. 3. Look at your traffic report for Stripe.com. 4. Scan your event list for weird casing. And 5. Click Reject on your own cookie banner and see what happens.
A 5-point check. Conversions, tags, consent referrals, and naming.
That's the cheat code.
Before we go, I want to leave everyone with a final thought. We just covered 5 fundamental mistakes found across 1,000 professional websites.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It really does. If the absolute basics, just counting people in sales, are this frequently wrong, what other more nuanced insights are we all missing? Is the default setup ever actually enough?
The default is rarely sufficient for excellence. That's the question to sit with. Something to think about. That is it for this deep dive. Thanks for listening to Fix the Funnel with GAfix. Go check your tags.
Goodbye, everyone.